everybody here.
Welcome to a bonus round of Roommates Review.
Yeah, you might be asking yourself, why is there a bonus round? And you might be asking yourself, why is he asking us this question? And you might be asking yourself, is he going to stop? And you might be asking yourself, Liam, would you please interrupt him? And you would be wrong, it's not a question, that's a plead. Here's the thing.
We
are
going
to
talk
about
my
McDonald's
run
is
because
sponsorship
Audible
for
Blue Apron
this
Dollar Shave Club
podcast.
None of them are sponsoring us. Anyway, for the first time in Roommates Review history,
yes,
we have
making history.
A tie.
Yes, there is. If you remember, 2 episodes ago, we didn't remember. I didn't even think about it.
No.
We gave an average score to Age of Ultron of an 88. And if you remember in the podcast you listened to, however long ago, we gave X-Men Days of Future Past an 88 as well.
88.
So, we have to decide which one's better, because this is a list.
Mm-hmm.
This is a list. Which movie do we think is better than the other? And we're going to do this if it ever comes up again for things.
Yep.
And we're going to continue to do bonus rounds.
And it will be just as unpolished and just as confusing for you every time.
Yeah.
So here's the thought. We could do it a really boring way.
Right.
And see which one had the highest scores from each of us individually.
Yeah, we could do it very scientifically.
And then,
I'm a nerd. And I like science.
In that way, we can decide which one is, by the numbers, the better. Instead, I think we should have
a
large
duel
between
Yu-Gi-Oh!
And
Pokemon.
Because
they
are
the best
Digimon
ever. And if you couldn't parse through, welcome to the club.
So in this episode of Magic the Gathering,
we're going to discuss who was the better Quicksilver in the film, and it was the one from Days of Future Past, so that puts that over.
Alright, so
that means that Age of Ultron wins. That's what I say right now. No, Age of Ultron loses.
Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense.
That's not what I meant.
Alright.
I meant Days of Future Past.
So that's
There's a lot of
1 point to Days of Future Past.
1 point to Days of Future Past. The Quicksilver is way, way better.
Far superior Quicksilver.
It's funny that we have that. How's the Magneto? Okay. So what else do we want to determine? We should probably come up with categories. We're coming up with this on the fly.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't prepare for this continuum.
Okay.
For this happening.
Which one has the better plot?
Better plot?
Yes.
Days of Future Past, by far. That's because Age of Ultron is just a very standard evil plot, gotta save the city thing. But actually, Days of Future Past... Man, I'm gonna mess them up because they take forever to say.
Yeah.
So I forget which one I've said. So what I'm saying is Age of Ultron, kind of bland on the plot level. That's not what it's about, but kind of bland on the plot level. Days of Future Past actually a pretty interesting plot.
Yeah.
I mean, really, with the whole time travel and having to fix things, with very minor plot holes, actually.
Yeah.
Which is impressive. So
I agree. Days of Future Past is the better plot.
Maybe we should go through that list of things that you made.
Oh, you're right.
And we should just give a point for each thing. This does seem a little more scientific.
It is a little scientific.
Also, we'll add in our own categories, like which was the better Quicksilver.
Yeah.
I guess.
All right.
That's how it's going.
Which had better actors?
Ooh, man. That's a tough one. There's so many good...
my heart immediately tells me Days of Future Past.
Yeah, because it's got Patrick Stewart,
Ian McKellen, Hugh Jackman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
just those three alone. But then you added Michael Fassbender and McAvoy. But you gotta. I mean, you're talking about with Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
And do they have enough other ones to carry?
I don't think so.
I'm trying to think. I mean, James Spader's good, but like not at the level of like Patrick.
They don't have
Patrick Stewart,
the star
Ian
quality.
McKellen.
Like they have the Avengers, Marvel. Like these are the best.
I love Chris Hemsworth and stuff. I mean, he's just not on the level.
But they don't have the history of Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen. Yeah. They haven't been in our hearts as long as Hugh Jackman.
That's the thing, though. But you talk about that, and then but Fassbender himself gets him right up there.
Oh, yeah.
I like McAvoy, but he's on the low end of this.
Yeah.
This spectrum.
So yeah, I agree.
Actors, that's another point. Today's future
characters.
Characters.
So like superheroes specifically, like which ones do we like more? I guess, or how do we like the representation of them?
I would say that maybe I like the Age of Ultron ones better.
Okay.
Only because I feel like there are more of them to get interested into, and all of them are very good. I really like Captain America a lot. I really like Iron Man's character a lot. I really like Thor. I really like Hulk. You've got them all fleshed out super well in there, and they're all separate from each other mostly. Where X-Men is all kind of a conglomerate at this point.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're all one story together.
I do like the majority of the Avengers by themselves, whereas when it comes to X-Men, I really just love Hugh Jackman, Michael Fassbender, Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, and the rest are pretty good.
I don't feel like I could see most of the I don't want to see a Professor X movie without the X-Men. You know, I don't want to see him without his struggle with Magneto. So maybe in characters, we'll give the point to Age of Ultron.
I say characters, and then I named a bunch of actors, so I don't know what I'm doing.
We know.
I meant the characters. Yeah.
It's. And,
I'll give that.
I would say, and we can't just. It can't be a landslide. I mean, it's 88 to 88. I mean,
humor. I think the Avengers is going to win that pretty easily.
There is humor in Days of Future Past, but it is so not focused on it at all. It is a way more serious tone.
Ooh, action.
Oh,
I think that's another one that's probably going to go to the Avengers. Like there's some great scenes in Future Past.
I would say we'll give the point to Future Past for cinematography, for strictly action. There's a lot of good Wolverine stuff in Days of Future Past, but not all the characters are about action. Wow, Avengers is strictly action.
I think Avengers has better choreography and more fighting and action like that.
Yeah, I just thinking of all the Magneto shots though of just man.
Yeah.
And really I say the most action-heavy character in Days of Future Past is Mystique. Probably. Even more than Wolverine in that movie.
Right. Yeah, she does a lot of fighting.
Yeah, she does a lot of fighting. So, and we don't like Mystique, so we're going to...
No, we don't like Mystique, so... Yeah, so suck it. Cinematography. Why do you want to give it to Future Past?
Just because I love all of the shots of Magneto. And whenever he's carrying that stadium... Yeah. I love that.
So good.
He's got all the Sentinels and all the when he takes the rails off of
the
part's
train
really
tracks cool.
And puts them inside of the Sentinels so he can control them somehow magically.
Yeah.
I don't understand. They don't really explain that he can see through his magnet.
Yeah, they don't
powers.
really touch on that.
Yeah, when he's able to sew up the back of his head. But I as far as cinematography and those wide shots of all of that. I think it's really good. Plus, there's no scene in Age of Ultron that comes even close to topping the Quicksilver scene.
Yeah, that's true.
Not anywhere close.
No,
there are not many scenes in cinema, honestly, that are at that level. Yeah, it's a good scene.
I also really like, I don't know what it would fall under specifically, but I really like some of the set pieces. I really like a lot of the set pieces in Future Past.
Yeah.
Like the Chinese temple thing that they have going on. Yeah. Really cool, especially really cool. With the stained glass thing and the way it all looks. It's really, really fascinating, really awesome.
It's so unnecessary that has to be that.
And but it just looks really awesome. Cool. the White House lawn and all.
Yeah, it's at the White House. It doesn't have to be in a city with all the explosions and stuff. There's actually, like very little collateral damage in the movie because of that. Because of where they choose to go. All right, bonus in between round here.
Okay.
Which team would be better at dealing with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Ooh.
Which team would beat them the fastest? Because I assume they'd win. Or would they lose? Okay, so the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles don't have any metal on them. Except for all of their metal weapons.
Well, Donnie, though.
Donatello. Do you think that Donatello by himself could beat
Magneto? Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah,
Probably not.
And none of them could beat Wolverine. None of them could kill him. But none of them could kill the Hulk.
No.
Oh, man.
All right. They could easily take out Hawkeye.
Okay, so yeah, I like this. How many could they take out of the others?
Start from the bottom.
Yeah.
They could easily take out Hawkeye. I think they could take out Black Widow pretty easily, too.
Yeah, they could take her out.
Who's next? Captain America. Could they take out Captain America?
They could take out Captain America.
Yes.
Yeah, they could definitely beat him.
The four of them. If we're just talking... Well, we have to consider the teams, though. It's 4 against all the Avengers.
See, I thought we were going to do like 4-on-1. Where do we stop at the point?
You're right. One at a time and then as a whole. They could take out Captain America. Yeah, I believe that.
I believe so. Do you think they could take out Iron Man?
It'd be a struggle.
It would be a struggle. The thing is, Donatello is pretty proficient in
I think they'd find a way.
I think that they could bring him down.
I think they'd find a way.
I think it would be reasonable. But I don't think they could take Thor.
They could not take Thor.
They couldn't take the Hulk.
They couldn't take Hulk. They could not take Vision.
No, definitely not. Couldn't take Scarlet Witch.
No,
I wouldn't think.
Definitely not.
Could they take Ultron? Probably could shut him down. They could lock him out of the internet.
They could take down Ultron.
I bet they could.
They'd probably find a way to take out Quicksilver too. That Quicksilver.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
It'd be hard.
He gets winded after
a second. He gets winded after a little bit.
They just like chase him down after he saves one guy or whatever. So.
All right. So now, X-Men.
X-Men. Couldn't take down Magneto.
No.
Who could they take down though?
Exactly. That's the big question. They could not take down Professor X.
No.
They couldn't even take out Iceman. They could not take out the Fire Guy. They couldn't take out Colossus.
And they might be able to get Bishop if they're lucky.
They
couldn't take out Storm. Yeah, no. I think...
X-Men wins.
I think X-Men win.
Definitely.
They get that point.
Right, so they get the bonus point.
All right, that's good. That makes it...
All right.
It's still close.
Yeah, it's still close. So, yeah, X-Men are just so powerful. CGI. How is the effects and... CGI.
I immediately assumed we were talking about the CGI of TMNT, but I need to get off of that thought process. CGI.
Well, TMNT is the ruler by which we measure every other movie.
Do you even notice like the CGI in Days of Future Past? You know how much crazy CGI is going on with all the Magneto stuff, and then the Quicksilver scene, and like that's all CGI. All of it. The only effect you notice that's bad is the practical effects from Beast. Like Mystique's, there's a whole bunch of CGI when she transforms stuff. That all looks really good.
Yeah, that looks really good.
So
it's fairly minimal. Yeah. I've noticed, we've talked about this in every Avengers movie I've watched, there's been at least one point it's like, that looks kind of iffy.
The thing is, there's so many impressive things in CGI for Avengers.
There's a lot of big
Hulk by himself. Most of the time with Iron Man, it looks great. I don't know. I don't think that there's a point that could be given to either one. I don't think they have a sway over the other.
I can accept that. I feel like that one's a tie.
I feel like it's a tie. Okay, so neither one gets the point.
Music.
I
didn't really notice in...
Yeah, we rarely do. There's the one song, and we pointed out that we did, what's it called? Genie in a Bottle. What was the one?
Time in a Bottle.
Time in a Bottle. That's what it is.
That's true.
By Christina Aguilera. So that, I think, that one points out, I can't think of anything
from the Avengers besides like the Avengers theme.
Yeah, the Avengers theme. And there's... Yeah, so I would say we could give it that point, but I feel like that one's going to be either. Yeah, that's not even a tie. Neither movie.
Yeah, we don't really notice. So there's 2 points that are just floating in space. The villain.
The villain. Okay.
So we discussed how
Magneto's the villain.
Magneto.
Old Magneto.
Yeah.
No, young Magneto is the villain.
Yeah, young is he?
Yes, he is. He's certainly the villain. The Sentinels are also the villain.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And the government's the villain.
Yeah.
There's a lot of villains. Richard Nixon's the good guy. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, so and that's all compared to just Ultron.
Yeah, all just compared to David Spade.
Well, maybe it's the fact that Ultron is so simple and you can tell that there is a villain. Maybe that is a plus.
I considered that.
But
if we're going on the fact that I said, like, I like that how there wasn't really, like, this main guy.
There's no a villain. There are antagonists to the goal of Wolverine, who's the protagonist.
Right.
So, and those antagonists start with Professor X all the way up to Magneto.
Yeah. And if we're talking
and
about...
Mystique is an antagonist at some point.
There's a lot of antagonists in Days of Future Past.
It's very muddy.
I feel like that's another one we might have to go... Like, no point either way.
Unless we want
to specifically say Ultron is a specific villain.
Ultron is the villain. I mean, yeah. I mean, as far as a villain to the story, we'll give it that.
I'll give him
There's
that.
a good villain. Yeah. So it's maybe just kind of a bullcrap category, but they're going to get the point for it. Right. So maybe put an asterisk by that point. Pacing. Ooh, we didn't talk about the pacing.
We didn't talk about the pacing.
Days of Future
There's
Past.
a few things in here we didn't touch, and we rarely touch everything, but that's okay.
But only for the bonus rounds. We just decided. Here's the thing. I don't know. You've got I would say that the pacing is not so great in Days of Future Past. Rarely do you actually feel the pressing of the time.
I agree.
On it. It does not like, oh no, like they're going to stop until the very end of the movie when the Sentinels find them and start taking out the people.
But I don't know if the pacing was that good in Age of Ultron either. It's great in Infinity War, which we talked about, because it all feels like it happens immediately after itself, and it's all in like one day. I don't remember so much the pacing.
Yeah, we did talk about that. It was really like slow.
Yeah.
And it was too slow in Age of Ultron.
Yeah, so I agree. I don't really feel the rush in Days of Future Past, but it was kind of slow in Age of Ultron.
Yeah. You feel the rush more in like the third act of Age of Ultron, though, when they're trying to defend the crystal or whatever they're trying to defend.
Yeah. The MacGuffin.
Yeah, they're trying to defend it, and they have to do that and get everyone off of the floating island in the sky. So,
but there's so many pauses, like the pause for Quicksilver's boring death, and the pause for Scarlet Witch to decide, all right, now I'll kill Ultron, I guess, and she crosses his heart randomly instead of just doing that in the first place.
Right. So I would say, man, I don't know, because there's no urgency.
Yeah.
Like there should be really.
I don't think either of them really deserve
to win. Either one of them gets a point.
Yeah.
It's not which one's better. It's just if either one of them deserve a point, and then which one deserves a point more.
References.
That's a pretty like open-ended category.
Yeah, I don't feel there were references to, so like in the comics, Magneto pulls all of Wolverine's metal off of him, and you can see it's what the rebar thing is a reference to is Magneto messing up Wolverine. So there's that. I guess.
Is the references of how Magneto. There was a cartoon I was just watching. I think it was the early 2000s X-Men cartoon thing, and the Sentinels come at Magneto, and then Magneto pulls their heads apart and rewires them to where they're now slaves to him, and that was very much what he did to the Sentinels in the train, and so he could control them.
Yeah.
So that did make me think of that. So I would say that there are some references there. What about Age of Ultron though? It's actually a really bad retelling of the Ultron story.
I mean, they do reference Pinocchio a couple times.
They do reference Pinocchio. But I would say, like, as far as, are we going to take this to, like, how well it represents how good of an adaptation it is?
I think that's a better way to look at it. Because reference is pretty open-ended and kind of a bad category.
So adaptation, with them getting rid of, like, the whole Hank Pym creating a better world and instead having Tony Stark do that, it doesn't really feel like a Tony Stark thing to me. It's it's way more of a Hank Pym thing.
Okay.
So I would say that it's better Days of Future Past. Days of Future Past also kind of has like an Other M feel to it, which is cool. So I'll say references to Days of Future Past. That's 5 points for Days of Future Past and 1 bonus point.
1 bonus point. The Stan Lee cameo. There is none in Days of Future Past.
There is none. That gives a free point.
That's free point.
What a stupid move, Brian Singer.
Oh, man.
How dare you?
Right. Is it racist?
Okay. I can't remember what we said about Age of Ultron.
Do we not write down whether or not it's racist?
No, we don't. We don't do the check mark.
All right.
And sometimes we don't agree.
All right.
We don't come to a consensus.
I don't remember.
Where did we decide?
I think we decided that it wasn't racist.
Which one wasn't racist? X-Men. X-Men wasn't racist.
We decided it wasn't racist.
Avengers, probably not racist.
I feel like no matter what, though, if it's not racist, it should get a point.
So they're both gonna get a point then?
Yeah. If we said Avengers wasn't racist, which we'd never know.
Because all we know is that
we did say
like Don Cheadle's in it.
Cheadle's in it. No, that's Civil War.
Yeah, so I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
It's racist.
So they both get a point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because racism isn't bad.
Yeah, racism isn't bad. Good call.
That's not what I meant to say.
All right.
All right. The recasting. What character / actor would have made it better?
I don't think that works.
I don't think that's a good one. Would it be better if something was replaced by a dolphin? We didn't touch that. What characters did we want to see? We didn't touch that.
Do we have any other final?
Do we have any other bonuses?
Like,
do we have bonus stars?
Do we have any X Factor things? Because right now, with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles bonus point, that puts Days of Future Past 1 point ahead.
Puts 1 point ahead.
I think that's all we need.
That's all we need.
I think that's all we need. So
it's decided.
That also the other bonus point we made were which Quicksilver is better.
That's true.
That's what really pulls it out.
That's true. We didn't even write that one down.
No, we didn't?
We didn't. I didn't.
Okay.
I forgot.
Yeah, so that pulls it through.
So, Days of Future Past is the better movie at 2 points, at a total of 8 points to 6 points.
Yes. So
while
we've got it.
While both are 88 in our score list, Days of Future Past is the better movie.
Right. So that's going to put it with our top 5 now.
In 4th place.
Yeah, it's in 4th place. It goes the Avengers, then Captain America Civil War, then the Avengers Infinity War, and then Days of Future Past.
Yep.
Followed right by the Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yep.
So Age of Ultron's still in top 5 for now. But
yep.
We have now decided.
But things are starting to get close, and I think they'll continue to be pretty tight.
Yeah, they will be. I'm really sad that we haven't got to the bad type movies.
Yeah, we need to start watching more bad movies.
We need to watch bad movies. That's just how the dice fell.
We need to finish out the Blade trilogy, and we need to watch the Fantastic Four movies, and we need to watch
Blade again.
And Blade again, and then the Skull Rider.
Skull Rider. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's what we got. I know you guys were worried about it, so here we go.
Thank
the
big
foot